Hello and welcome to the Daily Digestion channel. In this video we're going to be talking about a really serious issue, and that serious issue is a food trap. Guys, what is a food trap? Okay, I know that's a broad term, but a food trap is when you find yourself in a situation eating food that your body really doesn't need, and you're eating it because you're addicted to it, and you're eating it because you have really not thoroughly concentratedly thought about what you're doing. So you just kind of run for the food for comfort, or it could just be somebody invited you out for dinner and it's free. They're paying for your meal and you're like, you drop everything to go eat. That can be a food trap, and those can get you in trouble. And those type of things are very, very real. They can happen to anybody, and you've got to be very, very careful, because food is like, it is what it is. Food is, we all enjoy food. We love to eat food. Food has been around for a long time. It is what it is. Like, food. I grew up in an environment where, I really didn't have a lot of access to a lot of food. Our cupboards weren't really bountiful in my home for a certain for several different years, or at different stages of my life. My food, there wasn't a lot of food. It was like my mom, she was kind of like a health food nut, and there were staples in the house. We had like carrots, frozen pizzas, Little Debbie cakes. These are things I remember. She would cook occasionally, but there was a phase in my life where it just seemed like there wasn't a lot of food around. And then there were phases of my life where my mother was healing herself from breast cancer with a raw food diet, and we ate a lot of peanut butter, whole wheat sandwiches, and carrot juice and stuff. But it's like, my life has never been one of these lives where I was able to eat anything that I wanted. I didn't go out to eat at fast food restaurants. Like, I didn't grow up like that. My mom was like, no fast food. I was really sheltered. The way I grew up, it wasn't a part of who I was, that type of lifestyle. Now, I know some people, like, their parents would take them out to eat at Burger King every single day. They would eat all kinds of, Sprites. I remember them drinking Sprites, like my next door neighbors and stuff. And my mom didn't buy Sprites and Coke, canned drinks, and all of that food, that was just like junk food out the yin yang. My mother was like, no, we're not bringing that stuff into this house. So when I got married, my husband was like, oh, I want sausage and eggs for breakfast and stuff like that. And we cooked a lot. He wanted, I was trying to cook for my husband. So I started cooking a lot and everything, and I started eating a lot of foods that I traditionally didn't grow up on and eat. And I started getting a big stomach. Like, I remember after, I was having babies, eating all this food that I wasn't really used to growing up on, and, it was a food trap. Really, I look back and that was a food trap, and I think a lot of people are coming from situations like that, especially after having kids and getting married, and you know, it's a food trap and it can be dangerous. So my thought for the day is, are you in a food trap? Do you have a food addiction from a food trap? And it's number one is to be consciously aware of it. Okay, don't be in denial about it, because if you're going to be in denial about it, you're not going to be able to heal from this. And you know, the Bible says confess your sins so that you may be healed. So number one is an awareness, okay, to say, yeah, I am in a food trap. I have been caught in a food trap. Or, oh, I'm getting ready to go into the food trap. Stop, don't go into the food trap. So what I want to say is juicing will really, really help you to not fall into a food trap. So what do we have today? What we have that's going into our juice is we have 1 whole cucumber, a handful of dandelion leaves, a half of a lemon, 2 jumbo carrots that I've sliced up, and the different thing we're doing today is 2 beets. Yes, I'm going to do 2 whole beets, and they're pretty good sized, about the size of a small apple. And then we've got some ginger, about, you know, I don't know, good size. I guess that's about the size of a 3 cherry tomatoes. And then we have some handfuls of beet greens from each of the beets. I'm using those, and that's it. And we're going to do a taste test and see what this needs, and if it needs something else like an apple or some more cucumber, or you can even add water to it if you want to. The choice is up to you. You make your juices how you want to make them. Just make sure you always don't overdo it by putting too much sweet stuff and not enough greens, because one thing that I have learned from juicing is that you really want to have enough of the greens in there to balance it out, because they have a lot of minerals in it. And really, you know, as long as you get enough minerals and chlorophyll, you know, and not too much sugar, you're usually going to be pretty balanced and okay. And because all of that stuff kind of synergistically works together, and if you have the proper amounts of it, to where you're going to feel pretty good and pretty balanced. And so that's what. So let's get back on the topic here of today: food traps, being consciously aware of them, how not to fall into them. I'm just going to give an example. And guys, a food trap can lead you down a road that you don't want to be on. You can go chasing that hamburger and end up way in left field somewhere and not even get things done that you need to get done. You end up being chronically inflamed, and that's not a good situation. You know what I'm saying, guys? So food traps are very, 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 very serious to be aware of and to be conscious of and to have willpower. Now, how are some ways to avoid a food trap? Is stop, drop, and pray. I've made videos about this. You can look at some of my other videos in my inspiration library. Guys, go to the One True One on a regular basis. I start my day out first thing in the morning, you know, getting up with the one that is going to give me the strength to get through it. And guys, there's going to be things that are going to come in your life that are going to push you away from what you really need to be doing. You're going to fall down. You're going to fall into the food trap. That's okay. Get back up. You can do this. But what I'm saying here is juicing is really huge. If you will just take one day and do nothing but juice, and I mean some really good green juices, you know, do some really, really good green juices, and you will be amazed at how much it will help your cravings. Even if you can just do one juice as to break your OMAD fast, and it being a green juice, totally a green juice, you will be amazed at what that will do for you. Okay guys, I turned the camera off and went and changed shirts. Sorry, that one was getting on my nerves. It just felt uncomfortable. And I felt like it made me look bad in this light. The lighting that I have is not really good. Like, it kind of makes me look like I always have raccoon eyes. But I really don't. It's just the lighting. But see, like, I'll show you what I'm talking about. See what I mean? I don't really have that dark of eyes. See how the light looks? Makes me look totally different. So just FYI. I didn't wear tons of mascara yesterday. Okay, so we're back. We're back to the trap of food, you know, food traps and how serious they are. Guys, you can eat the most healthiest foods in the world, but if you eat too much of them, it's not going to do you any good. And so we really have to be conscious and aware of not falling into these food traps, and juicing is going to help you do that. It really is, because it's almost like you're going to be feasting on juice instead of food. So if you will use that concept of like, okay, I'm going to juice my way to health instead of eat my way to health, because I think that's what a lot of people think, is like they think that they can. I know that I did. I mean, I'm not going to say here and throw stones. I mean, this is coming from my heart, from where I've been, okay? But if you will get this concept of juicing into your life, it will change your life. It will radically change your life. And it really will, guys. So, you know, if you just start with a half of a cup. It doesn't have to be anything major. You know, get up in the morning, first thing in the morning, and do a juice. Now, the more juice you drink and the more you fill up on it, the more you're not going to crave other stuff. But your body might be going into a shock, you know, from where you've not really been juicing before. So that might be something to think about. Because when you start juicing for the first time, your body starts to have some weird reactions. And you kind of start, like, when you start juicing for the first time, this last time that I started juicing, after not juicing very much, is I started getting, I got diarrhea. I literally, like, I drank my green juice and I, like, had to run to the bathroom. I don't do that now. now I just drink my green juice and I'm like, good, everything's fine. I feel amazing. I'm like ready to take on the world. It's not a big deal. But the more you juice, the more your body adapts to it and the better you feel. And you just feel amazing. You really do. And at night, when you sit down to do your OMAD meal, you won't even think about like eating that chocolate cherry pie for dessert. You really won't. When you juice, you don't crave that stuff. It really takes away those crazy cravings. And eating fruit, right, guys, right now is fruit season. Fruit is really, this is a great time of the year to really detox and clean. It really is. To clean house, you know, and that's really, you need to be taking advantage of that. You know, and get you some juice of green juice, and then eat the fruit. That's what I like to do. I'll just do that some nights. And then, you know, or like tonight for my 1 meal a day, I'm probably going to do something like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I am doing a 1 meal a day, but I really don't like to plan what I'm going to eat till I know how I feel, what my body is telling me. I really believe you need to be completely in tune with your body and what it is telling you. You know, this planning stuff that you're going to eat, like yesterday, you know, you say, the only thing you should be planning to drink is juice. To eat or drink is juice. That should be your plan. That should be your major number one go-to. And then you need to have stuff in the house that's nutritious for your dinner. But you need to have a variety of stuff. Like you need to have some fruit, vegetables, and then if you do meat. Just a small amount of meat, not too much. And then that way, if you do that, you're not going to overdo on the meat. If you eat fruit and then you do your salad and your vegetable, and by the time you get to your meat, you may not even want meat. You may be like, look, I'm good to go. And if you do a juice, I guarantee you won't want to do the meat. You will feel so amazing and so energized. Half of the time you're not going to want the meat. And see, that is the thing about the Okinawa diet principle, that they ate such a wide variety of foods. They didn't really eat one staple food in huge amounts, and that's why they were so healthy. I believe variety is the spice of life. If you go out in left field on just fruit, you know, it's not going to be good. You know, the same thing is with meat. Like the carnivore diet and all that stuff. I just believe that we were made to be diverse in our eating. Now, if you're living out there in the jungle and you've got access to fruit that's right off of the tree, I mean, that's a different story. But even then, you know, you're probably going to want, you know, a little fish or egg or hamburger on the side somewhere. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, is what I'm saying. But, like, you know, if you're living out here... Sorry, somebody just called and I didn't answer it, and that interrupted what I was talking about. But, you know, and if you're living out in Alaska, you know, really, there's no fruit around, and you're probably going to be eating stuff that is really going to help you hold heat in. And when you're exposed to really extreme weather like that, I mean, I know when I'm here in the winter time, I tried to be a vegan where I live in the winter, and it is just so cold here. Like, it just, I'm better off by eating some, you know, meat. It just helps my body. But now all the sugar and the Christmas cookies, keep that stuff away. That stuff is dangerous. Seriously. But yeah, guys, really, you know, it's just so important to not fall into those food traps. So number one, be aware of what is happening. Don't go out to eat with someone because you feel obligated to. Just say no. Say, no, I'm sorry. I have digestion issues. I'm trying to lose weight. You know, I'm trying to heal my body. Guys, I worked in a nursing home. Most of the people in there are morbidly obese and they cannot walk because they have been so brainwashed in our society by food and poor health choices. It's sad. But I'm telling you, working in that environment, it really woke me up to how once you fall into that food trap, oh my God, it's really hard to get out of it, guys. And you don't want to end up going down that road. You don't. I mean, it's just all there is to it. Stop now and start juicing. I'm just here to tell you, it's here, it's now, it's this moment. It's not tomorrow. It's not the next day. It's now. Okay? It's now. It's do it now. You will be so glad tomorrow when you get up that you made these choices now. And I'm putting a lot of bead in this. I don't know. This is crazy. But guys, you can play around with these recipes, you know, make it fun. And you will thank yourself later. I'm telling you, do it. Just do it. Quit making excuses. Start juicing today. Instead of going out to eat, spend your money on produce. Guys, you can spend money on juicing supplies for like, I can spend about $21 to $25, and you can even get you can get cheaper stuff. Like if you do a lot of cucumbers, watermelon's a good thing to do because you can get one of these watermelons and you can do like 4 juices with it, with cucumbers. I mean 4 big juices, you know. So I mean you can stretch it out like and use things as a base. But so that being said, look how red. Wow, that is red. You can't really see it. The lighting is just not good in here today. I don't know what the deal is. It's late in the evening. I'm trying to eat my meal before it gets too late. Oh gosh, it's already 5:42. Like, how did this happen? I'm getting so busy into my day, I'm forgetting to eat. That's how much I'm not addicted to food anymore, and it's because of juicing. And I didn't go out to eat today. Everybody went out to eat for Father's Day. My daughter was like, we're gonna take Dad out to eat for Father's Day, and I was like, well, y'all can go because they planned it at the last minute, and I had stuff to do, and I didn't fall into the food trap. But before, when I was addicted to going out to eat and stuff like that, I would have been like, okay, we're gonna go run and I'm gonna drop everything and go out to eat because we're going out to eat. But I didn't do that today. It's because I am not addicted to food because of juicing. And guys, you can do this. You can do this too. You know, it is your life. You are in control, but you might need help from God. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. I could not do it if it wasn't for God giving me the strength every single day. And I pray to God. I'm like, Lord, help me. Help me to be strong. Help me to not fall into that temptation. And, you know, I mean, because we don't mean to. It can be a mistake. So you can do it, guys. Look at my muscle. I'm really getting muscles, guys. I'm working out at the gym, you know? And I want to be strong. I want to be strong. Oh my gosh, that was some red beetness. I'm not going to put the rest of that beet in there because I just have a feeling it's going to be strong. Let's taste it. Let's do a taste test. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get a straw for this one. I might have to say, oh my gosh, this is one recipe you don't want to try. Mmm. Guys, that is amazing. I cannot even believe it. It's delicious. That is really good. And look, my hands are red. And when you do beets, the thing about it is, now let me tell you something about beets. Beets are really, really good for you, and they help put oxygen into your blood. And they say that people, runners especially, who have like ran and drank beet juice, it has boosted their performance like a certain amount of amazing percentage to where they were like, wow, that's amazing. They compare it as to drinking beet juice is like being in an oxygen tank or an oxygen tent before and after you run. So, I mean, it's huge. Like, this is great for your blood. It's good for your blood. It's good for your body. The benefits of beet juice just go on and on and on, guys. This is some good stuff. Now, if you don't like beets and you just don't like them for some reason, like I have heard that some people just don't want to take them for some reason or another. I can't remember why it is, but if you can't do beets, just take the beets out. Throw in a couple more carrots or some greens. You know, you can do this however you want. The beets give it a little bit of sweetness, so I put 2 in there. Well, all that was left over was this. I didn't throw that in there. So it was like a 1/4. So it was like 1 beet and a 3/4 of beet. But that's it, guys. So yeah, don't fall into that food trap. Juice to get out of the food trap. You can do it. It will help with your cravings, your addictions. Instead of wanting that cherry pie, do this. You know what I'm saying, guys? Instead of going out to eat, spend your money on juicing. You can do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you've ever watched a video, subscribe to my channel. I need subscribers really bad. If you know of anybody that could use this information about food traps, please go ahead and share this video with them. And give it a thumbs up if you like that. I need thumbs up, guys. And comment down below. What is your experiences with food traps? And, you know, what are some things that you can do to not share with people down below? Like, what are some things we can do to not fall into the food trap, guys? It's huge. It's huge. Food trap is huge, guys. Be aware, beware, and let's tackle this. We can do it together. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.